As we head into this weekend, we have a potential for another round of storms here for us in the east that potentially could have some gusty winds associated with them. Let's detail what the threat is that I want to alert you to as we go on through this weekend. Kind of coming in two phases. We'll see one later tomorrow morning going into the early afternoon hours. The potential for that is going to be the gusty winds that could have some damage with them as the storms are going to be developing, tapping into a jet stream that's going above us. And then late tomorrow night going into Sunday, the second facet of the storm comes in with some heavy downpours. Potentially could be looking at 1.5 inches to maybe 2 inches of rain when all this is said and done before things finally wrap up as we head into early on Sunday morning. So as we go on through the next several days here, we are going to be looking at milder temperatures, at least lasting for today. We'll see the chance for some scattered thunder showers around this afternoon. Will be near 70 degrees. Now mild overnight tonight. Temperatures will hold into the 60s, and those may be close to the official daytime highs for Saturday. Under mainly cloudy skies, should be a dry night, and then we will watch for those gusty storms in here probably right after sunrise, then working their way off the coast as we go into the middle afternoon hours here. And then I think we will probably get a lull as temperatures drop in the afternoon and evening hours from those early morning highs that are going to be in the 60s. Well, as far as the system that we're tracking here, notice a lot of moisture working its way up through the deep south, the warm front lifting across the area. Unfortunately, it looks like another day for possibly severe weather, especially southern Ohio down to Kentucky and Tennessee, as this storm system is lifting out on the southern side of it, tapping into that Gulf of Mexico moisture, bringing it our way. And this is the storm system that we are going to be tracking as it makes its way up towards the Great Lakes. But again, it's on this southern flank where we've got the Gulf of Mexico open, that surge of moisture headed our way, that we do have the potential for some gusty thunderstorms for us. More than likely, the reason is going to be because of the jet stream, the way it's configured here as we take this and put this into motion here for you. Take a look. We've got the main vortex kind of goes up into southern Canada, but even noticing here as we head through this weekend, we've got this strong surge of moisture coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. That is going to transport not only the moisture, but notice how tight these ISO heights are here, lines of equal heights up at 500 millibars. But they're very compact, and to me, that kind of shows this is where that jet stream is screaming through, and as a result, some of that stronger air can get mixed down to the surface here as these thunderstorms poke up into it. Then watch as we go into Sunday. Notice where our air is going to be coming from. Direct discharge of air coming straight out of Canada, so that's going to definitely cool us down as we head on through the first part of next week. And it's going to be a slow retreat as far as that trough finally making its way out of here. Meanwhile, by the time we hit Wednesday and Thursday, we'll get back into a more zonal flow as that does get that colder air out of here. But it is going to be a little bit of a chilly time for early next week. Here's what Storm Track 12 Futurecast is showing us. Northeasterly winds for our morning hours here, but the warm front advancing over it, and as it runs into the cooler air, we have the potential for some scattered showers and maybe a rumble thunder, not completely out of the question. Now, notice overnight tonight, front coming in through western North Carolina, and that's going to be on our doorstep by early tomorrow morning. Winds go southerly. That'll bring that warm, moist air back into the neighborhood here. This is at 8 a.m., so if you've got soccer for the morning hours here, that may have to be adjusted or the games may be canceled. Meanwhile, as we go into the early afternoon hours, this first batch moves away, but you'll notice a lot more kind of hanging down there off the coast of South Carolina. That's a secondary area of low pressure that's going to develop right along the South Carolina-North Carolina border, and as it does, that is going to kind of throw that moisture from the Atlantic Ocean back into the cooler air that's in place over eastern Carolina, and as a result, I think we see some pretty good heavy rainfalls, especially east of Highway 17, overnight Saturday night into Sunday morning, and then gradually all this action will make its way off the coast. Here's what our Storm Track 12 Futurecast shows as far as some of the rainfall totals through Saturday evening. Heaviest further off to the north and the west there, and then watch how the coastal sections really start to tally up as we go into early Sunday morning with that storm system developing right off of our coast. And again, there is the potential for possibly 1.5 inches to maybe even some isolated 2.5 inches of rainfall when all is said and done for this weekend. Planning forecast does show the temperatures dropping through the day tomorrow and barely recovering to near 50 degrees by late Sunday afternoon as we do clear the clouds out of here. Another reinforcing shot of cooler air comes our way as we head into Monday, and then you'll notice temperatures remain on the cool side going into the first part of next week. Keep it right here. We'll continue to keep you updated throughout this weekend of any potential alerts with the severe weather for us here in Eastern Carolina. Have yourself a good weekend. I'm Storm Track 12 meteorologist Les Still.